We're fortunate enough again to be joined by Brandon Smith. Brandon got Casey Bass disease the last time he was here and went a little long, so we had to take the throw-out show and cut it into 2 shows. So today, Brandon's going to work with us on throwing out runners at third base. If you missed the show where we worked on throwing out runners at second or blocking or receiving, feel free to go to our archives and check them out. They're fantastic shows. If this is your first time with us, Brandon is a baseball catching expert. He played in the A's and Mets organization all the way up to AAA, and now he is an instructor. So today on Clubhouse Gas, throwing out guys at third base, right here on Clubhouse Gas.
In this session, we're going to talk about throwing the runner out at third base. This whole play develops right in front of the catcher. He sees the runner break very clearly. He's going to see the ball coming in very clearly. And this is a shorter throw, obviously, than to second base. So there are a lot of things working in the catcher's favor to be successful at throwing this runner out at third base. One obstacle, though, that we've got to account for is that most of the time there is a right-handed batter standing in this batter's box who's in our way from making a successful throw. So what we've got to do is we've got to come up with a way to get around the batter so we can still make a quick, accurate throw to second base. And I want to demonstrate the footwork that we're going to use for that. We're going to work out of our action stance where we got our hip up about knee high. We got our bare hand behind the glove. And in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm still going to lead with my right foot. The difference here is on my right foot, instead of jabbing forward, which would put me right in the center of the batter's box and right in the way of the batter, I'm going to jab out with my right foot behind my left foot. So this time the right foot's going to drop step to clear the batter. By dropping back with the right foot, not only does my instep, again, get in line to third base, but I'm well clear of the hitter and I'm on line to make an accurate throw to third base. So at full speed, what this is going to look like is we catch the ball first, drop step, and we're going to make an accurate throw down to third base. Something else that may occur on this play is if the pitch is outside. Now in this case, we'll set the ball up off the plate. We'll say that the pitch was outside, and if my body is already swaying that way, then in this instance, I will catch the ball and I will jab out in front of the base, in front of the batter. This is the more difficult way to go, but it beats the alternative of catching the ball out here and then having to try to track all the way back around the batter. Again, on this one, we're going to see the play develop in front of us. We catch the ball as we jab out, and I turn to make that accurate throw to third. This almost is like a pitch out. Again, this is going to be a very, very easy play because we see it unfold in front of us. Typically, the outside pitches are easier for us to handle, so it's just almost like a mini pitch out, come up and go. One of the common mistakes guys make is that they don't clear the batter. So if I'm down here and I catch the ball and I go to stand up to throw over the batter's head, even though at 6'2" I'm a relatively tall catcher, even if it's a smaller batter and I've got to throw over his head, I run the risk of my hand coming through and hitting his bat or hitting his helmet. Now, doesn't sound like much, but when your hand's coming through full speed and you hit a bat or a helmet, you'll understand what I'm saying. It's going to cause some pain. So even if you can throw over this batter, go around him. On the balls down the middle or inside, we're going to drop step to make the accurate throw. And on the pitch outside, we're going to jab out to get in line to make that throw to third base. By working on these reference points to be quick back here, to be in a good position, is going to make you a better catcher at throwing this runner out at third base.
Well, that's going to do it for us today, Brendan. It absolutely amazes me. I've coached 4 different sports, baseball, football, track, and basketball. And it's all about footwork.
It is.
Every single sport, it's all about footwork. I learned a lot today, especially about the footwork to get outside and squared up going to third base. Coaches, I know you just want to get in the cage and have them hit and hit them a bunch of ground balls, but it really comes to breaking stuff down step by step. And the more fundamental we get, the better prepared these guys will be for the game and for the next level. So take these tips, take them to heart, start instilling them in your players. That'll do it for us today. We'll see you right back here next time for another great edition of Clubhouse Gas.